Hello guys, welcome to the video. Today is tutorial 3 on how to make all different types of light patterns with Arduino. And so I will be showing you how you can have a button be able to toggle through all the different types of light patterns in this LED light pattern project, and also have a potentiometer that you can adjust to control the speed of these light patterns. And so basically here is the circuit. In the past I've shown you the circuit before, but this circuit has some minor changes. So the first change is that this button wasn't here. This button is connected to pin 8 on the Arduino, and the other side of this button is connected to positive 5 volts. And there is no pull up or pull down resistor because we don't need one, because we're going to activate the one in the Arduino. And with this potentiometer I've showed you in the past, but we actually have made a change with this. I have connected this pin to the power rail on the breadboard and connected 5V to the power rail to the breadboard. That is the circuit, so go ahead and connect that up, and then we are going to continue. Okay, so now here is the code. In this tutorial I'm going to be explaining only the code that I have upgraded in this tutorial. So I've explained some of this code in the past tutorials. I'm not going to explain that code that I've explained before. So if you don't understand this code completely, feel free to go back and learn more about this code. So the first thing we have done here is we have defined pin 8. We just put pin 8 into the variable button pin, and then we go ahead and all these variables are new variables. And so we have a button new and a button old. So button new is going to be storing the newest value that the button gives us, and button old is going to be storing the previous value that the button was, so that we can tell when the button has been pressed. Because whenever the button has just been pressed, both of these values are going to be different, because the previous value is going to be one value and the newest value is going to be another. And so then we have unsigned long, last millis. So this is for the millis function, and so basically this is for whenever we press the button, we put what value the millis function was at whenever we press the button, so we know how long we need to wait to bypass that debalance issue. And then we have a bool TF, which basically means true and false. You're going to see more what this is for later on in the code. And then we have const int dt equals 50. This is basically the delay time of how long we want to pass that debalance issue. Then we have pot val. This variable is going to be basically storing the value that the potentiometer gives us. And then we come into this code and we do pin mode, pot pin input, so the potentiometer is going to be an input, and pin mode button pin input, so the button's also going to be an input, of course. And then we have underscore pull up. This is going to activate the pull up resistor in the Arduino, so we don't have to have a pull up resistor. And then we come into the void loop and we just go ahead and start reading the button. So first we do button new, which is this variable is going to be holding the newest value that we get from our button. It's going to be equal to digital read button pin. So whatever value we get from the button is going to be put into button new. So this value can be anywhere in between 1 or 0. And then we're going to continue here, and this is basically everything we have to do with the toggle switch. So if you want to learn more about the toggle switch and understand about it more, I have a video down in the link in the description more about the toggle switch. So the first thing is we do if button new equals 1 and button old equals 0, which means we are pressing the button, then come into this if statement. So basically, if button new, which means the value that we have right now is equal to 1, which means we're not pressing it right now, and button old equals 0, which was the previous value, equals 0, that means we were pressing it before, but now we're not now, and so now we want to come into this if statement. And we're going to make last millis equal to millis, saying that, okay, we have just let go of the button, make last millis equal to millis, put that millis value into this variable, and wait until that time goes to 50 milliseconds. And then we have TF, which we're going to make equal to true, saying that we can come into this if statement whenever 50 milliseconds passes. And then we come to this if statement. So we have button new equals 1. So as long as button new is still equal to 1, and millis minus last millis, which is just going to give us how long we have been out of this if statement, is greater than dt. So basically that time is greater than 50 milliseconds, then come into this if statement, and TF is equal to true, then do the action that we need to do whenever we press the button, which in our case is incrementing modes. We say if modes is less than 2, then come into this if statement, because right now we only have 2 modes. So if modes is equal to 2 and we're trying to increment modes again, we don't have like a third mode, so we want to go back to 0. But if this is true, modes is less than 2, then we'll come into this statement increment modes, because we have a null mode above that we can increment to. And then we'd go to this for loop and we do int j equals 0, and we're going to continue looping this for loop as long as j is less than 6. And then every single time we loop this for loop, j is going to be incremented. And so now we're going to see here is if j equals 0, which means if j is right at the start, then we're going to make this equal to 55. And then we make LED direction equal to 1. Okay, so right when we press the button and we let go to increment to the next mode, we want to set everything back to the start so that the next pattern can start from the start all the way to the first LED and start doing whatever effect it has. We don't want to start or leave off of where the pattern was before right when we press the button. We want to reset everything. So that's what we do here. We're setting LED states, which is an array up here that holds all the states of the LEDs. And as you can see right at the start, the first LED is set high. It's 100% on, which is 255. And so that's what we're doing here. If j is equal to 0, which is the first LED, make that equal to 255. And then we set direction to 1, because if it is, it could be like the direction could be negative or could be positive, but we want to make sure it's set to positive, so we go ahead and just automatically make sure that it's set to positive. And so that's what we do here if this is the case. But if it's not, then we go ahead and make LED state equal to 0, because it's not the first one. Just like up here, only the first LED is equal to 255. The rest are 0. So if this LED is not equal to 0, then it's not the first LED, and so we just make LED state j, which is the number of the array, because as j goes through this for loop, j is being incremented, so every single time we go through this for loop, we're going to go to the next LED state, and we make it equal to 0. And then we make direction equal to 1 to make sure that it's set to 1. Although I don't think this is necessary right here, so I'm going to take that out. Sorry for that issue. It's just a mistake by me because I made this code. So now we have else, and this else statement is for this if statement right here. So if modes is not less than 2, that means it's probably equal to 2, and we can't increment to the next number, which is 3. So we got to go ahead and set modes equal to 0, and then we do the exact same thing that we do up here, right here. We just go through all of the LED states and we set them all to 0, except 1, which is the first one. We make sure we set that to 255 because we're going to the next pattern. But in this case, we set them all to 0 because we want mode 0 to be off. No pattern, no nothing. And then we just make tf equals to false to make sure we don't come into this if statement again unless we come into this if statement again, which means we only want to come into this if statement only once every single time we press the button. We have to press the button again to come back into this if statement. Okay, so now this code right here, just 2 lines, is for the potentiometer, which is going to control the speed of how fast our LED effects are going. So we have pot val equals analog read pot pin, and getting the analog value from the potentiometer and putting it into pot val. And then we have delay. So this delay is going to tell us how long we need to wait until we do our next effect with the LED effect. And so that will determine, of course, of how long this effect will go on. And so then we have, inside of this delay, we have a map. So the map function is to help us to convert a range of value into another range of value. So for example, we an analog value is in between 0 and 1023, but we don't want delay to be that long all the way up to 1023. We want it to be in between 5 and 500. So how do we convert that in between that? Will we use the map function? And so basically all we do is we give it the value or the variable that this value is in that we want to convert, which is pot val. And then we go ahead and say what's the minimum value that this value will be, which is a 0, because an analog value can't give you anything lower than a 0. And then what's the highest, the maximum value that this variable will be, which is 123, because an analog value can't be any higher than 123. And then what's the minimum value that we want to convert to, which is 5, because we don't want it to go any faster than that. And then what's the maximum value, or in our case, delay time that we want this delay to be doing, which is, we want it to be 500, so which is basically half a second. And then it will just convert that value based on what this value is, and it will put that delay into the delay function. And so basically that is the code. So now we'll go ahead and look at the project. Okay, so now basically here is the project, and as you can see, the LEDs are putting a light pattern on. This is the night rider, and so this is basically the second LED pattern that we have. So it's on, right now the Arduino is on mode 2 by default. In the future I'll probably change that, but right now that's the case. So yeah, so right when I press this button, it should go to mode 0, because it can't go any higher than that, and so all these LEDs should turn off. So I'm gonna go ahead and click the button, and you can see all the LEDs turn off. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and press the button again, and then it should turn on the other LED. So we'll go ahead and press it, and as you can see, it turns on the other LED pattern, which is just basically one LED light going back and forth. Unlike this one, which is just 3 LEDs and they slowly fade out as they move. And so basically now we can control the speed with this potentiometer of how fast this goes. So we can go ahead and start moving it, and it should start going faster and faster. As you see, as I slowly move, it gets faster and faster until it's like very quick. So that is about as quick as it can go right there. And so then you keep on changing in the modes. We change it off, and then we turn on, and this is just the other mode, which you can't really tell the difference because it's going so quickly. But if we slow it down, you can see it's basically just one LED light going back and forth. So basically that is the project. If you like this video, consider giving this video a like. Also comment down below if you have any questions, and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all, and have a great day. Bye.